So you remember there was an actor who made a famous movie called Citizen Kane?
Yes.
And his name was?
Orson Welles.
Right?
Yep.
And Orson Welles was famous until he started making ads for Paul Masson wine.
Right. And their tagline was,
"We sell no wine before its time."
Right.
And that was 78 and 80, between 1978 and 80.
Right.
Honestly, people in...
There's some pretty good things on YouTube about this.
Yes, because people in 1978 and 98 really did not know wine all that well, and wine wasn't as big a deal as it is now. And so the idea that wine had a time, or that it would be better before, or not so good, but then better later, was just a kind of a...
Americans didn't really.
And it was before its time.
Right. But this bottle is here because...
And why do we speak about this? Because we have a bottle right here. This is a 2019 wine.
Right.
And we just tasted it, and I would say we would not sell this wine because it's not its time yet. And so I think, well, but when you taste a wine like this and you say to yourself, it's not its time, is that can be a little alarming. Because you think, this wine is not going to get there. But here's the good news. We've tasted a wine that tasted exactly like this at this same stage of its life.
Right.
Yes, and the particular year was 17. And so in 17, the vintage was late, that is, we picked late, just as in 19 we picked late.
Right.
And we tasted the early wines in 17, and we thought
they were
not ready for prime time.
Right.
But those 17 wines turned out to be phenomenal.
Yeah, they were very
They
good.
did. They really were really good. So when we tasted this wine, your first impression might be,
meh.
but now with a little bit of experience, and now that we know that this wine, when it is its time, we think is going to be.
So wine continues to develop, and it's a kind of a living thing.
And it's a white wine too. I mean,
it's a white wine, even though it's in a red wine bottle.
This is a brand X bottle at the moment, but you think of red wine normally improving with age, but we've certainly got a good example here of a white wine that will improve with age too.
That's right.
Wine, do your thing, and
wine, keep up the good work. Yeah, we're just doing a sound check. So we're going to talk about so Bruce, do you remember that movie, Citizen Kane?
I do remember the movie Citizen Kane, and I remember the guy that was the genius behind it ended up...
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. He ended up basically shilling wine for Paul Masson back in the late 70s.
Right.
And one of the lines that Paul Masson used was, "We will never..." No, we never sell wine before its time. No.
No wine. It says no wine before its time, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's sell. We never sell wine. No, we do not. So we'll check out what it really is.
We sell no wine before it's time. You have to get the cadence correct. That's